Hello everyone, welcome to day 2 of our Vincent van Gogh Starry Night Somewhere Else. Today we will be adding some metallic crayons to make the night sky. We will be using any ones that we like. I did a little farm scene. You can do whatever you like. You can do a city, anything at all. So I'm going to use the yellows and the silvery ones for the moon and the stars. I already did the moon, and I just made a yellow shaped moon. So maybe I'll do some stars. Now the stars that he made didn't really look much like stars. That's kind of blue. I thought that was more silver. Hold on, I want to pick a different one. There we go. So that one's a little more silver. And that one's like gold or yellow. Maybe some yellow stars. How about some gold stars? So I'm just going to add a whole bunch of dots. I do like the gold. The gold's pretty cool. They're all really cool, actually. You can use whichever ones you want. Make them bright and colorful. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to do too many because I want to make sure I have room to do the swirls in between. So I think it was this one that I liked. Yeah. So then I'm going to do some dash marks around it to make them look like they're glowing. The idea is we definitely want them to look glowing like. And I think I like this yellow one actually. Maybe I'll make some of them glowing using the yellow one. Alright, so kind of gives it the Starry Night effect. Now the only thing that's missing is the swoosh marks. Where's that one that I just used? Okay, so this one I thought was silver. It looks silverish, but actually, come to think of it, it does look blue now. So maybe I want to turn that into something. So when I make a little boo-boo like that, I can just turn that into one of my swoosh. So I'm going to make some swooshes around and swirls around what I had already done. Oh, I forgot one over there. Why don't I go ahead and put some dash marks around that one as well. A few more. Okay, so I'm making some really interesting looking swooshes, and I'm going to go around around these stars that I made. And I can even use like purple. I've got a purple one. I love purple. Purples. Oh, that's pretty. That's a nice color there. And I'm going to go around and around. And I'm going to be making some swoosh marks here. Swoosh mark here. There's a different purple. That's pretty nice too. That looks nice in the sky. I like to use cool colors for the sky. Okay, and it already is looking really interesting. Wait till you see what happens when we add the paint. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that on the first day or the next day of the project. We'll see what we have time for. I want you to do a nice job, nice detailed job on the other side as well. I like blue too. Blue's a nice color. That's a nice blue. It's less of a turquoise blue. So in between, I'm adding these swoosh marks. And you can do it whatever way you like. This is just one method of making your swoosh marks. If you have a different idea to make your swoosh marks, I want you to go ahead and make it your own. All right, so that's all I'm going to do for that. So I have some nice colored marks in my sky. Then I'm going to use, I'm giving us 3 colors to paint with. I've got blue, black, and red. Now, red doesn't really belong in this sky. I said, Mrs. Hansberry, what would you use? Red in the sky. That might make it look kind of weird. But if you add it to the blue, it's going to actually make it look purple. So with these paints, these are called temper cake paints, and I think we've used them before. There you go. And look at how it jumps. Now we're going to paint the entire sky using these colors. And I'm going to make my strokes actually swoosh, and it jumps. That's the coolest part about it. When you use crayons on there, and I'm only painting the sky. I'm not going to paint all my detailed artwork that I worked on. on the bottom half. So far I'm just using blue, if you've noticed. Now maybe I might want to make it a little bit of a purplish effect. And you can go over the entire sky. Do not worry about hitting a certain, oh, I think I really want to do the moon. Wow, that looks pretty neat. All right, and then I'm going to go over here, a little bit more for the blue. And I'm going to carefully go around the bottom where my horizon line is because I don't really want the sky there. All right, so I've made it all blue so far. That looks, I like it just blue. And notice there's different variations of blue. And the reason why it's darker in some spots is because I had just put the paint on my brush in those spots. And other spots kind of wore off a little bit. All right, now let's try out the red. The red will give it a little bit of a purplish glow. So I don't want it to be real dark, so I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. There you go. Now when I blend that with that, now we've got some purple streaks that we can add. Ooh. And if it looks too red, I can just throw a little more blue on top. There we go. Now it looks purple again. And if you want a darker night sky, like let's say you might think, okay, well, I like purple, I like black too. You can add some black, make it a really dark night sky. Now watch it, look at how those colors interact with that. That looks really neat too. So this is what we're gonna do with this project. I think you guys are gonna like it. I think it's gonna be beautiful. I think yours is gonna be better than mine. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna keep on going. And the harder you press with your crayons, the more the colors jump. So if you just do it real light, it's not gonna jump as much. But you can tell that it's really starting to jump. And I'm just doing swirling strokes to give it that real cool swirly effect. I might add some blue to the black, and you can definitely do that if you want. And that makes it like a real darkish nighttime look. How about a little more blue? I'm feeling a little more blue right there. Now you don't want to add too much paint. That's the other thing I need to tell you about, because if you add too much paint, what's going to happen is it's going to rip. The paper eventually rips if you add too much. You need to know when to stop, and once it's colored, you kind of want to let it be a little bit. I'm going to try to kind of angle my brush around the barn so I don't put my night sky on top of my barn, because I want my barn to stick out. So if you drew some things over the horizon line, you definitely, I told you could do that in class. I definitely want you to be free to do those things, but I also want you to be careful not to paint over them, and then you won't see them. You won't see all your color. All right, so I think I'm done there. Good artist knows when to stop. Yeah, stop. Okay, I'm done. All right, so enjoy. Have fun making your starry night.